So, just setting the scene for everyone listening to the podcast. Jerrod and I have a bet. He bets me $100 he can make me cry at some point in this episode, and if he can't make me cry, he owes me $1.
$1.
So we have 100 to 1 odds that I will cry at some point in this episode. So
perfect segue into your childhood.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want to get into?
What was your first crush and how'd the breakup work?
So I never actually got to date her. My first crush,
you're sniffling.
It was 7th grade, and we were on the Washington, D.C. trip because I had won it because I was really good at National History Day. I made a little documentary about Pearl Harbor, so I got to go to nationals. And I really liked her, and she was dating some other guy on the trip at the time, but for some reason they had broken up for the weekend. Like we're gonna date other people or whatever.
Oh, I got a hall pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And she very much wanted to go into the other room and hug, is what she said. And I was like, no, you're with him. I can't do this. So I sold my soul for that, and nothing ever came of it after that.
So you guys didn't hug?
No, no physical touch whatsoever.
That's too bad.
But we did a lot of walking around. We saw the national monuments together.
Wow.
It was a very beautiful weekend still, regardless.
Nice. Yeah, DC is a nice town. So.
I actually do like it.
Very romantic
I would
town.
love to go back. Very romantic town. Now whenever I see the Abraham Lincoln Monument, I just get bricked up. It's rough, but...
You think of Pearl Harbor than your 7th grade crush or whatever.
Oh yeah, 100%. Every December 7th, I'm just deep in my feelings. A day lives in infamy, but not for me.
Yeah, you think you're depressed like how depressed I am.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one who had it worse when it comes to Pearl Harbor.
I'm sure you did. Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah.
All right, so be on the lookout for that. If I start to cry this episode, just know Jerrod's $100 richer. But if I don't, if I'm a big boy and I get through, then I'm $1 richer.
I'll just keep bringing up Abraham Lincoln, see if that triggers you.
You got to do the other monuments too. The Washington
Jefferson.
Monument. Is there a Jefferson Monument?
Yeah, it's on the mall there, the National Mall.
I don't remember that one.
You guys must have been hugging and missed it.
I wish.
I wish.
I was fucking keeping my 5 feet of distance. I was so nervous walking around with my cargo shorts.
Do you get clammy hands? Do your hands get sweaty?
Oh my God, yeah.
Same.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
That
about
and they shake.
Your hands shake.
I get pretty shaky when I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. So you're shaking right now. So you're obviously nervous.
Little bit, yeah. Thank God this is an audio format of media.
Thank God, yeah. You're getting saved.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to do my little intro now. Put on your Sunday best, slick your hair back, and get yourself noticed because you've once again successfully clicked on the Goose Egg Gambling Podcast, which is the only podcast left off the NBA Top 75 list. I'm your host, Matt, a.k.a. the guy who's built like a tube sock filled with pennies, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jerrod, a.k.a. the Beanie Baby.
Beanie Baby?
You're wearing a beanie today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was struggling to think of one for you today.
I do like this beanie.
Yeah, it is nice.
But it does kind of hurt my forehead here because I wear it way too much.
Yeah,
which is my own fault.
I get the same way.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
out.
So All-Star Weekend has wrapped up.
Yep.
I think it was a pretty successful weekend for the league. Everyone seemed to get that nostalgia for the NBA a little bit, seeing all the old players, seeing Michael Jordan come back after spending the morning in Daytona.
He looked a little tuned up.
He was 1,000% tuned up.
He doesn't seem like a hugging type of guy, so I think there was alcohol involved.
And you see the video of him petting Steph on the back of the head, and then he was very handsy with Steph.
Right.
So he was drunk Uncle Jordan for sure.
It's either that or he just won a big poker game.
Probably both. But yeah, he was for sure tuned up.
Good for him though. I didn't think he'd be there, but he obviously was best for last. So
yeah, definitely.
It was cool to see him there.
And it was very cool to see how much the crowd still loves Michael Jordan. I think it's just because he's not around so much. It's that absence makes the heart grow fonder a little bit. People love Jordan just because he's so exclusive. He's so rare.
He's iconic.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's part of it.
I joke on this podcast that he's Kent Bazemore with good marketing all the time, but he actually is a really cool figure.
I hate that take so much.
I just love doing it just to get Jordan heads pissed off. That's probably my top 3 favorite hobbies is pissing off Michael Jordan fans.
Oh, yeah. Definitely know that. You just talk about how much you love LeBron.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's actually a great transition because the NBA, it's their 75th season, and they enshrined the top 75 players of the league. They did a little ceremony for them.
It was not a little ceremony.
They did a big long thing. I didn't watch it.
It was the longest halftime show I've ever seen.
Did they go through every single person?
Yeah, they announced all 75 players alive or dead or not there or there.
That's rough.
And then they would separate from the forwards to the guards to the centers. and they would have like this little like video package that lasted like 2 minutes
For each player.
for each position.
Oh, wow.
So that really added up. Also,
So it's probably like an hour-long halftime.
it was definitely longer than a half hour.
Okay.
And it was just an announcer announcing names and then clapping and cheering.
So it was like a high school graduation a little bit.
Very similar. Yeah, very similar.
I can see
With,
that
with
being
more
long.
alcohol, maybe.
For Jordan.
For
case
Jordan,
at
yeah.
least.
Yeah, for sure.
At least he got to booze through it.
And on the side, they had the Cavaliers dancing team, cheerleaders. I'm not sure which they were.
Yeah.
And they were dancing the entire time.
So they were exhausted.
I would have been.
Good for them for at least powering through, though.
Yeah. I was like, holy cow, they're still dancing. They were dancing probably for 45 minutes straight.
But that's why they're professionals.
Yeah.
That's their Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I think you just run out of moves to dance to after a while.
Oh, absolutely.
After 45 minutes.
I could do like 3 songs. And I'm sure there wasn't even a ton of music. I'm sure it was just like, it wasn't the most danceable music, I'm sure.
Yeah. It was just like generic pop music from the eras.
Oh, gotcha.
Like Nelly's Yeah was playing.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe Imagine Dragons or something. But it was just, I was very impressed with the dancers, how long they danced. So
There you go. They
props
put
to
them in the top 75 list.
Yeah, 76. So maybe next year they'll get snuck in there.
Yeah. Screw Kyrie Irving. He's not getting in.
Yeah.
But because of that list, I was a little inspired. We're not going to go through top 75 players. We're not going to go through who is in and who is out. But I do think we should go through our top 7.5 favorite NBA players.
Okay.
Just our overall favorite. And the 0.5 can be a favorite player that favorite player or figure that you were not around for.
Okay.
Or like just you've never seen play.
Right.
All right. So I'll start off. Number 1, I got to go. My all-time favorite player is to this day still Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
I was a big Lakers fan growing up for that reason. And I know a lot of people are coming out now and just saying like because of like his efficiency and all of that, he shouldn't be as high up in the rankings as he is. Like he's probably not a top 10 player. And I probably agree with that. He was not a very efficient player at all.
Yeah.
But just in terms of like his overall brand, I don't think anyone's cooler than Kobe. Like the Black Mamba.
Yep.
I think that's such cool branding.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was very sad when he died. I mean, no shit. I think everyone was.
Right.
But
Are you a 24 Kobe or an 8 Kobe guy?
I have 2 8 Kobe jerseys, but I think I like the 24 Kobe better.
Okay.
I think that was when he kind of really matured and became more of a team player.
Because whenever I see
That
the
version
8
I like
Kobe, I
better.
always think of Shaq right away.
100%.
And then
Yeah.
24 is kind of when Kobe came into his own.
The Kobe, Pow, Meta
Mhm.
teams.
Right. The more of Kobe era.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, number 1, I think will always be Kobe Bryant.
Okay. Mine would be probably Chauncey Billups.
Okay.
I was a big Chauncey Billups fan. I
What-
just thought he was like the best all around point guard I've seen. Good leader, good defense, championships, the whole 9 yards. I liked him.
He
when was at
took
the
out
Pist-
Kobe in one championship.
Yeah, I liked him when he was with the Pistons, and I loved him when he was with the Knicks. So that's kind of like why I like him a lot. So
Hell yeah. Do you have a jersey?
no,
We got to get you one.
I don't think I have any NBA jerseys.
NBA jerseys are fun. I know we've been anti-jersey on this podcast before, but NBA jerseys are a fun time, especially for like a cabin or a beach day.
Or like beer darts.
Oh yeah, day drinking.
Yeah, you see like a Penny Hardaway jersey. And like,
Yeah, what are the most common jerseys that frat guys are wearing? Dwayne Wade, like the rainbow ones.
yep,
Those are a ton. Penny Hardaway,
Penny Hardaway.
Kobe 8s. You'll see a ton of Kobe 8s. A lot of Steph Currys.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. I saw a couple J.R. Smiths at
Yep.
my school.
It'll be like, or like you'll get like a Scalabrini jersey. Like
Oh
somebody
yeah,
who's trying to
there's
be
someone who's trying to
ironic.
be funny and ironic. 100%.
Yep, and then like a black Michael Jordan jersey with the pinstripes.
Yes,
Like that one you'll see a
Or the
lot.
45. Michael
Yep, the
Jordan.
45 is a good one. Or a Rodman one is a good one.
Yep, a Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Have you played beer darts before?
I have only recently though. Only like the last like year or so. I think I really played it.
Are you pro or anti beer darts?
I like it a lot. I think it's a ton of fun. Maybe I've never been poked by a dart, so maybe that's why.
Right.
But I've gotten a fun time with it. I also just like the game that you can like sit around at and still talk to people.
I'm not a fan of it.
You need more action.
No, I think it's
Are
overrated.
you scared?
That is part of it. Because I always feel like I have to wear like steel toe boots, but I never have steel toe boots.
Okay, but what's the
on.
worst that happens if a dart goes in your foot? It's not that
Tetanus and
bad.
rabies and dying. That's probably the worst case scenario with it.
Okay. Well, is that really that bad?
Yeah, I don't wanna get
At least you're
rabies.
gonna die doing what you love.
Oh, I don't like beer darts though.
That's true. You would die doing what you hate. You'd have like the same fate as those people who have to work in the coal mines and die.
Right, yeah.
Die on the job.
It's the same exact thing as beer darts.
Yeah.
It's coal mining.
That's true.
Yeah.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, and then like somebody always gets punctured by a dart, and then you see it on Snapchat later that day, and it's just, I don't know. And I just don't like it.
I get that.
And it's dirty. You get dirt in your beer.
I wonder if anyone has ever once played beer darts and not Snapchatted it. Like someone in the circle. It's been Snapchatted by every single game of beer darts, I think, has been documented on Snapchat.
Right. It's like if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's there to hear it, did it fall?
Exactly.
If you don't Snapchat your beer darts, did it actually happen?
100%.
So
what's your favorite day drinking game if you don't like beer darts?
I like Power Hour.
Power Hour is a fun time.
I like that one. I like Tippy Cup or Flip Cup.
Yeah.
Like, I like that one a lot.
God, it's got to get warm outside. Now I'm just jonesing.
Well, that's the funny part is like when it hits like 32 degrees and like little wind, you'll see people playing beer darts.
Oh, yeah. On any college campus, the second it hits over 30, especially if you go to like somewhere in Minnesota, North Dakota.
Yep.
Anytime it hits over 30, you'll be guaranteed to hear Hoodie Allen blasting on a speaker, and you'll see people hang out on a porch somewhere.
Right. Yeah. And they'll get like suntan from like 40-degree weather.
Yep, just wearing shitty plastic sunglasses from a gas station.
And then just muddy shoes everywhere.
Oh yeah, the ground is absolutely disgusting. Everyone's shoes get ruined.
Right.
Everyone's shivering because they way underdressed, but they're not gonna put a sweatshirt on.
Right.
They're too proud.
The muddy shoes gets me. I just don't like that. A lot of pizza.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
All right, so number 2 on my list is a man that no secret of the podcast that I love, LeBron James. If anyone's gonna get close to surpassing Kobe, it's gonna be LeBron. He's the one who really got me into basketball. Like I was a Kobe fan kind of casually growing up, but when LeBron made the decision, that's when I first tuned into the NBA. The first NBA game I watched start to finish was his first game with the Heat.
Yeah.
That's like when I really first tuned into the NBA. And I don't know, I get, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think he's done anything wrong. Like he does the stupid things every season, like the little ego things or the little like diva comments that people are going to talk about a ton. But overall, grand scheme of things, I don't think the NBA could have asked for a better role model than LeBron James.
Yeah, all things considered, there was huge hype around him in high school.
And the fact that he's lived up to it,
yeah,
and I would say surpassed it, is pretty incredible.
Yeah, and then some, yeah, I would agree.
I think he's the best player to ever play the game of basketball. I think Jordan has a better legacy and a better like narrative to his career.
Yeah.
But I think when I think of the greatest of all time, I think just purely in terms of skill. And I think LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time.
Wow. Okay.
See, now I'm going to cry just thinking about LeBron.
Your first LeBron.
That was your trick, actually. We wanted to do this topic just so you can get me emotional about these players.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with LeBron at number 2.
I will go with Wally Zerbiak.
Oh,
I liked watching him play.
Yeah. Those Timberwolves teams were fun.
I saw him
That's
play.
another jersey you'll see quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Like in Dinkytown, I think.
Yeah, frat row, University of Minnesota. You will see at least 2 Wally Zerbiak jerseys. Never any Kevin Garnett jerseys.
Yeah, what's with that?
It's because the frat guys don't relate to Kevin Garnett. They relate to Wally Zerbiak.
That's true. I know you're saying.
Some 6'2" white guy is much more relatable to them than Kevin Garnett.
That makes sense. I saw him play in a preseason game years ago, and he like scored 20 points. And I used to play with him in the NBA Live all the time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. That's why I like Wally. And he's got a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Wally Zerbiak. Sounds like a supervillain.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Some sort of Marvel ass name.
Yeah, Wally Zerbiak. Is he American? Like, is that Polish or?
I don't know. I would guess some sort of like Eastern European type thing.
So, I don't know. That's my guy.
That's a good one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3. This is probably, in terms of like the person I've modeled my own basketball game after the most. And even sometimes my own like philosophies for life.
You can't say LeBron again.
It's not LeBron. It's J.R. Smith.
Oh my God.
I have
found the pothead.
Pretty much. Dude, every single time I play basketball, I believe I am J.R. Smith. I shoot heavily contested threes. I make stupid ass decisions all the time. For our intramural championship, the last time I played intramurals, because of J.R. Smith, I took like 4 shots of Hennessy and smoked a little bit of weed before the game. And dude, it sucked. It sucked because we had no subs show up that game, so I had to play the full 48 minutes, like slightly drunk and a little.
Oh god, you just get that cotton mouth.
It was so bad, dude.
Oh god,
I was so ineffective.
oh.
But yeah, it's got to be J.R. Smith for me. Everything he represents, I fucking love. I mean, obviously he's a legend in the DMs as well.
Mhm.
Like, not gonna name names, but some people are trying to get the pipe sometimes.
Right? Yeah.
Not saying that happens to me, but just that interaction, I think, is one of the best screenshots of NBA history in NBA history.
Mhm.
I think that's awesome.
You
And-
model him on the court, not off the court.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as golf. Now he's starting a golf career too. And at his first golf tournament, he got stung by bees.
I
'cause he
saw that. I
accidentally
forgot
hit
about
He
that.
actually hit a beehive.
Yeah, I saw that. Poor guy.
He's so funny. He doesn't take himself super seriously, except for I think he might at the same time. I don't
Yeah.
know. He's so hot and he's so like hot and cold, which is definitely a tendency I have with whether I'm just playing Madden or something like that.
Right.
But J.R. Smith for me.
Yeah. Next one for me would probably be Akeem Olajuwon.
Okay.
Another great Darty jersey.
Yeah.
I used to play with him on 2K all the time.
Yeah.
And I used to like just pound fools. Just
Yeah,
with the
he was
post moves.
good in like the 2K and the 10s. Like
Right.
2K15, he was unstoppable.
Yep. So I'd always like try to work on all those post moves and just because like when you're playing somebody
Yep.
on 2K, like they don't know how to defend the post.
Yeah, if you can slow the game down in 2K,
Yes.
you are unstoppable. Especially if you're good with Hakeem, or I was really good with Amari Stoudemire for the same
Yeah.
reason.
And I was another guy I was really good with is Allen Iverson, like on that 2001 Sixers team.
Yeah.
I would like score 50 points with him
Mhm.
because he's like got like unlimited stamina and just would steal the ball. and
Yeah.
shit like that. So
And you just pull off little like step backs, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
yep. So
Unstoppable.
yeah, Akeem Olajuwon would probably be my 3.
Yep. For number 4, we go same vein as the J.R. Smith one. My and in the 2K vein, my all-time best 2K team is the 2011 Knicks. So I'm gonna go with Carmelo Anthony just because he's probably my Hakeem in terms of like the player on 2K I'm best with.
Right.
A good like prime Melo is unstoppable in 2K. You can do the fadeaways, you can do threes. I love the 3-point celebration to the dome. But my favorite all-time Carmelo Anthony moment is when he joined the Thunder and someone asked if he's going to come off the bench. And he just laughed. He said, "Hey, P, they want me to come off the bench." And then 2 games later, he was in fact coming off the bench. I just think that's so perfect. I think Carmelo has no self-awareness whatsoever. And I absolutely love him for that.
Yeah.
He is super cocky. It was out of the league for like a year or two. Now he's actually back in. He's actually playing really well right now for the Lakers. He's probably their one scoring consistent.
hmm
But I love Carmelo Anthony just for the lack of self-awareness and because he's probably my best 2K player.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So I gotta give him the nod there.
Yeah, I feel that. My next one would probably be Linsanity.
Ooh,
Jeremy Lin.
same vein as me. That was 10 years ago,
Mhm.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I just remember that time and he was getting like 25 points a night.
It was
For like a
2 week
month?
span. I think it was like a 2-week span.
He just went off.
But that was one of the coolest sports stories I think of all time.
and it was right around Tebow Mania too.
It was right after it, yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of weird timing, but yeah, I love that. Just seeing the highlights of him.
It was so cool.
Just
It's like
tear it up.
when he hit that buzzer beater against the Raptors, I
Mhm.
remember thinking this guy might be like an all-time great. Like he seems unstoppable because
Yeah.
he just dribbled it up the court and just drained it right at the buzzer. No, like even looking for a pass. He just knew it was his moment,
Mhm.
and he just took advantage of it completely. And then they played the Heat, and I think LeBron exposed him.
Right. Yeah.
But
It was very short lived.
I think it was 2 weeks, but yeah, I remember I was working at Hy-Vee at the time, and I would watch him in the break room, and it was so cool.
Linsanity.
Yeah. So for number 5 for me, I gotta give a shout out to the hometown boy. I'm gonna go with Mike Miller.
Oh, okay.
Hailing out of Mitchell, South Dakota. His mom was actually my mom's teacher, or there's some relationship there because they're from the same hometown in Mitchell, South Dakota. And Mike was just that guy. He's the reason LeBron got that first ring. Because if you remember that game 5, I think he had like 6 or 7 threes.
Yep.
And he lost a shoe for one. And me and my friends were always joking. We were kind of cheering him on because he was a South Dakota boy, but at the same time, we kind of hated him because he just seemed like a cigarette smoking douchebag, kind of.
Right.
And there was a local sports writer in Sioux Falls who I regularly had beef with on Twitter when I was in high school. And right before that game, I made a bet because he's just done a big like feature about how Mike Miller is like a key part of this team. I'm like, all right, like stop dick riding Mike Miller. That's how I tweeted at him basically, and then I was like, he's not even gonna hit like 2 threes tonight. He's like, I will bet you that he hits more than 2 threes. I'm like, all right, loser has to publicly tweet that the other one knows basketball better. And then he went on to hit like 6 threes that game. And I had to tweet that out that Stu Whitney was a better basketball mind than me. And he retweeted it. He's beefing with this like 13-year-old kid.
Oh my God, what a prick.
And he was not very popular. I think he retired since then. But I really enjoyed our back and forth. Because he would respond pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Because I was tweeting at him probably like 6 times a day at that point. He was rent free in my head. But I'm gonna go with Mike Miller just for putting South Dakota on the map. He recently opened a restaurant in Sioux Falls called Let It Fly. Don't go.
Really?
I didn't have it wasn't a very good experience for me. It was their opening weekend, so I think they're a little busy.
See, that's my rule with new restaurants.
Yep.
I wait 1 month till after like they're open.
Okay.
Until they get their feet underneath them.
I think that probably would be fair. I should give him another try, but yeah, it was a rough go that first time.
What, would you get bad food or?
Bad food, took forever.
Mike wasn't there.
Mike wasn't even there. Just terrible experience.
That sucks.
But apparently Mike's also like one of LeBron's favorite teammates.
Yeah.
That's what they say anyways.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, so Mike Miller for me. Got to give a shout out to the hometown guy. I was not a fan right away, but he's come around.
I would probably say next probably Jimmer Fredette.
Oh,
that was awesome. March Madness.
Yeah,
just like scoring 40 points in college basketball.
Yeah, that's
just
a good one.
Huge range. He was like Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
He was.
Yeah, but obviously that didn't really translate to the NBA because I think he's playing in Europe now. But,
I think so too.
But yeah, I just remember that one March Madness he had with BYU just went off.
Mm-hmm.
It was sick. So
yeah, mine actually is going to be I'm going the March Madness vein as well. I'm going to go Doug McDermott.
Oh, okay.
Dougie McBuckets. I thought his story is so cool. His dad was the coach, and he was just this typical like white guy who just had a flamethrower and he could just shoot from anywhere. He was like, he was such a Troy Bolton story. Like his dad's the coach and he's like the point guard running the team, like the star player.
Yeah.
I just thought he had such a Disney ass storyline to him that I always thought Doug McDermott was cool. I think he is still in the league somewhere.
I want to say Bulls, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think Bulls too.
I forget where he went.
But he's like deep on our roster. But yeah, I'm going to go Doug McDermott.
I'm going to go Taco Fall next.
Taco. I don't have any big men on my list. That's what I was like thinking about. I just don't relate to them, but Taco's a great one.
Taco Fall at UCF against Duke. Like they almost made it to like the Final Four. I think they got kicked out of the Elite Eight or no, Sweet 16 around there.
Yep.
But they almost beat that Zion Williamson team.
They did.
In that tournament. So, and they had RJ Barrett and Reddish on that team too.
That team was stacked.
Yeah. So they should have won that game. They didn't score any points in like the last 2 minutes, but I just remember Taco Fall just like standing underneath the hoop and just doesn't even have to jump.
He does. Yeah. He literally could like dunk for his tiptoes. Did you see a couple of games ago, I think the rim was bent, and I think Taco literally just like went and fixed it without even.
I think it was Boban.
Oh, was it Boban?
Yeah, I think it was Boban.
Boban's a great one too.
Yeah, Boban.
Taco's great. He also gets such a great standing ovation whenever he does go into the game. People get so excited.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And like the way coaches use him is really smart. Like coaches will often put him in to like pass the ball in on like plays. Like if they have to get an oop to win a game or something like that.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I think he has a really bright future in the league as just a weird utility player who's just bigger than everyone and just does random things.
Right. Everyone loves a big man. Like that's somebody that's
like
super
someone
tall.
who's that big, like that they're kind of a freak.
It's like Andre the Giant almost. It's just like a spectacle to see.
Yep. 100%.
And like I think most big men are like really nice people.
I do too.
Isn't that weird?
It is very weird because you would think they would just be super mean, but when you think of all the famous big men like Shaq, Yao Ming,
Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, they're all just very kind, gentle souls. I wonder why that is. Because they have to grow up kind of feeling a little like ostracized, like a little bit like a freak.
And it's like the opposite of like little man syndrome.
I guess, yeah, maybe you're just so secure with yourself when you're that big.
Right.
But I have a friend who's super tall and he says
he's a
like,
fucking asshole.
Yeah, he fucking No, but every time we go out to a bar, he says one thing you don't notice is like all the guys will stare at him like they're like ready to fight him at a moment's notice. He says that's one of the weird things about being tall is like everyone is kind of like eyeing him up just like it doesn't like, and he says random, and I've seen it, random dudes will come up to him when they're blackout drunk and like just try and pick fights with them for no reason.
That's so weird.
I do not. I do a lot of stupid things when I'm drunk. I don't think I've ever been the guy who like goes up to the biggest guy in the room.
7
and,
foot
like,
tall man.
Yeah, like, hey, you want to fucking fight? But yeah, I see it all the time. They just go up to him and like, hey, look at this fucking big shit, and they're like shove him and stuff like that. And every single time, he just has to be like the bigger person. Like
I'm the taller man here.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't get like how are you that insecure about yourself that you have to do that?
I don't know. I mean, you and I aren't the tallest guys in the room.
Yeah, I'm only like 6'8", so
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't act like that.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, anyone who's under 6'5", I get that they're a little insecure because 6 and 6'5" is the world average of height, despite what the internet says. But yeah, it's bizarre.
I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, never been my thought process whatsoever.
Yeah.
If anything, I just like fucking with my friend on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Because then he could just turn it on and just swap me for no reason. It just puts me in my place. And he's like, I'm just a little kid.
How tall is your friend?
He's 6'8". Or he's 6'9". He's 6'9". He played center for the high school basketball team. I called him the artist. I started a nickname. He was an artist because he was an artist in the paint.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a whole like thing. We did like a little paint celebration every time he scored. I was that guy like who sat front row at the basketball games and just so like kind of how Drake is now with the NBA, but I was that guy.
And your team loses every game.
Yeah, we sucked. we were so bad.
So you're
but
exactly
I was the
like
one,
Drake.
Yeah, I was the one like screaming on the sidelines and just trying to be as loud as possible.
A lot of chance of let's go.
Oh, there was let's go was said 20 times a game at least.
You're like, let's go where? Why does this guy keep saying that?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got Taco. That's a good one.
Taco, yeah.
And then number 7 for me, I'm going to go with the man, the myth, the legend, Derek Fisher. Because
I like that one.
Playing 2K whenever I think basketball, I just think of like my high school friends because we were super into basketball. And playing 2K, we always just had this random like running joke. I don't know how it started, but we had this random running joke that Derek Fisher slayed puss like no other. Like no other. Like every time he would talk with Doris Burke, we would cry. We would fall on the ground crying, laughing. And there even got to the point where, did you guys ever write on each other's cars as like pranks in high school? Like
a little bit.
Markers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would write on each other's car, just like D-Fish, Hearts, Doris Burke, and stuff like that. So we goofed about that forever. And then a few years later, it came out that Matt Barnes had to drive up the highway because he found out Derek Fisher was hooking up with his wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
remember
know
that.
I don't remember that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Matt Barnes like drove like 6 hours on the California interstate, pissed off to go fight Derek Fisher because Derek Fisher was hooking up with his wife or ex-wife.
And I bet when you saw that story, you're like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
No fucking
The
way.
group message blew up after that one. We're like, it's true, guys. Derek Fisher's a poon hound.
Not good for him. Well, not good for him, but yeah,
Well,
I can see that.
Yeah, he was an absolute dog. But also, imagine driving 6 hours pissed off.
God.
How pissed would you have to be to drive 6 hours?
And you're definitely not driving the speed limit.
No.
You're definitely going 10
driving up the
over.
California coast, pissed off for 6 hours. Like 3 hours in, you got to be like, all right, this is a bad idea. I should have probably just called her.
God, or just
like
fly there. Yeah, you can't drive mad.
Yeah, for that long.
That is the definition of road rage.
Because then you got to hit that last hour. You're like, all right, I need to re-hype myself up again to start playing like AC/DC or something like that, just to get yourself angry yet again.
Or like being mad pumping gas. Like that's
That's true. You
definitely have to stop.
You had to stop for gas. Yeah. 30 on pump 12.
Yeah.
Here, give me this beef jerky too.
And like the little gas door, you just like shut it.
Yeah.
Just fucking whip it in.
But it still just goes slow because it's on a stop.
Yeah.
He just tries to slam it, the door just slowly closes. And imagine if he took a wrong turn at one point, like pissed off taking a U-turn.
Double rage.
Suck.
Yeah, double rage on that one.
Oh, I hope I have all the facts right with that story. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Oh yeah, Matt Barnes, Derek Fisher comes up right away. Yeah, they had a 2015 feud where he learned about the then Knicks player was hooking up with was dating his ex-wife. And yeah, he drove up the California coast.
Oh,
that is hilarious. He drove. It wasn't 6 hours. He drove 95 miles. That's still a good amount.
That's still good. Yeah. Plus, you got the LA traffic or whatever.
Exactly. It was in California, so I'm sure it was a long 95 miles.
Yes,
it was not like a Fargo 95.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, I gotta go with Derek Fisher for that reason alone.
And just like imagine like when he's driving, he probably had so many like fake arguments in his head he won.
Oh, 100%. He knew exactly. He thought about every single way that this was gonna go down.
It's like if he says this, well, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go like that. Yeah.
Then it probably just ended with him opening the door and just bursting out crying.
Yeah.
Like, all the emotions just came to him in that exact moment.
And he's like so mad, he just stutters. He can't get any like thoughts out of what he had in his head.
Completely, yeah. Derek Fisher says the one thing that he didn't rehearse for, and just completely stumped him.
Yeah, he won a lot of fake arguments though in his head.
Yeah, pretty much. So Derek Fisher, just for making a man mad enough to drive 95 miles.
Yeah, props to him, I guess. One Derek Fisher memory I have is he was with the Lakers against the Spurs, and he hit that game-winning shot with 0.04 seconds left.
Yeah, the quickest buzzer beater I think ever in
the NBA.
history.
Yeah, and that was very impressive because that was like a deep mid-range shot. So that was
over
crazy.
Tim Duncan, I think too,
something like that. And he was like fading away to his left.
Yep,
I believe.
Yep.
So that was.
I think the series was tied 2-2.
Yep. So when I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit! I've never seen anything like that before."
Yeah.
Just to get the ball off in less than half a second is
because in 2K he had a notoriously long release too. His 3-point release was very long.
Right, and just to just throw it up like that is insane. Plus he was a lefty, so that's also cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah, big Derek Fisher fan.
D-Fish.
All right, who's number 7 for you?
I like this guy in college a lot. He's not a great NBA player, but Javon Carter.
Okay.
With West Virginia, I just liked him playing with Huggins at West Virginia. He always played hard. I like West Virginia because they press a lot. I'm a big watching the press like that.
So were you?
Awesome.
What was your thoughts on the Michigan-Wisconsin beat from this week?
Because with Juwan Howard?
Yeah, that had to do with the fact that Wisconsin was pressing, or Michigan was pressing.
I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the end.
But yeah, one team was pressing the other, and they called a timeout, and that's what pissed Juwan Howard off because the game was like over, and I think it was Wisconsin was pressing when the game was like well out of hand.
Well, then I saw something like Juwan Howard called a timeout when he was up by 15, like 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
So he's got a history of doing it.
And
but he's suspended now for the rest of the season, the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, he'll be around for conference play.
Yeah.
And Michigan's not that great this year, although Howard's a decent coach. But you don't swing at a coach like that.
Yeah,
like,
it seems very immature.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah.
And I have a Juwan Howard jersey at home.
Oh, yeah. Well,
NBA All-Star.
Well, beer darts, so you can wear it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Javon Carter is just kind of my guy. I liked watching him a lot. Him and like Cassius Winston with Michigan State.
I like that.
So, yeah.
I respect that. All right. So now for my 0.5, I'm going to go with someone who I've never even seen a highlight of this guy play. The closest thing I've seen to this guy playing is they showed a few clips during The Last Dance, but I'm going to go with Charles Barkley. I have not seen a single play that Charles Barkley has ever played besides those few random clips in The Last Dance, but just what he does as a commentator far and away makes him awesome to me. I think he's so cool. I think the stuff he says about Skip Bayless always makes me really laugh.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff he says about San Antonio women has me crying.
The churros,
laughing.
yeah. Inside the NBA.
The stuff he says about ESPN, dying laughing.
Yep.
Says that he's not going to go to ESPN because they'll work him like a dog and not pay him.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, I just think he's truly, this phrase is overused a ton, but I think he is like a national treasure.
Yeah. I got a homework assignment for everybody. My favorite Charles Barkley clip is him and Michael Jordan on Oprah. This is like in 2000,
That's a great one.
2005. It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody hasn't seen it, go watch it. It's super funny.
Yeah, he comes off so much more likable than Jordan in that one.
Right.
And it's like Oprah, so like everyone comes off likable, but he's such a humble guy considering who he was on the court. It's very
right.
He's a very interesting demeanor. But yeah, absolutely hilarious. They go over his golf swing.
Right.
They talk about betting. It kind of sucks that him and Jordan aren't friends anymore.
I think they are, aren't they?
No, apparently not. Apparently they haven't talked in a few years because Charles criticized how Michael was as an owner. And they haven't talked. Like at the NBA 75 thing, they were standing next to each other and they didn't talk at all.
No, that sucks.
Yeah. So hopefully they can make amends once, because I think Charles said he's retiring in 2 years.
God, it's just like a big high school. Like
it really is.
NBA.
The NBA is 100% just a big high school. That's why I love it. Like there's so much just unnecessary petty drama in the NBA. He's not talking to him because of this, and he's not talking to him. And
then were they talking like Kevin Garnett didn't talk to Ray Allen or some shit like that?
Yeah, exactly. The Celtics still feud, even though that Celtics team is the most overrated team in league history.
I didn't even know Garnett and Ray Allen were beefing.
Oh yeah, because they didn't like that Ray Allen went to the Heat.
Oh, that's what it was.
They still have not talked to him because of that. They even like came out and said like, yeah, Ray would never go to our charity events. It just threw him under the bus as a person.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, I do not like that Celtics team at all. Ray Allen is probably my favorite player on that Celtics team besides Scalabrine.
Well, Rondo's
cool. I do like Rondo. But yeah, that Celtics team, we see it on Twitter all the time, but nobody milks one championship more than that one team.
Yeah. In the NBA, I would probably agree. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, they just always are talking about like, oh, we had to build a team. We want a chip. And they get together for yearly dinners too, and they always post on Instagram like, we got this group of champions back together again. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's another year past. Am I just getting older? Right. What's going on?
Yeah, they have like gray hair in their beard.
Pretty much. But yeah, I would say Charles Barkley, just for that reason.
Yeah.
Half.
Who would I pick? Legend.
Yeah, it could be a legend. Could be like a coach. Could be any half player is kind of what I went with.
I was going to say Nate Robinson, but that's a low-hanging fruit joke. I'm not going to say that. I'll say George Mikan.
Okay.
Yeah. He wore like glasses on the court.
He did. Which is pretty baller.
Right. I guess he played at the Old Armory in downtown Minneapolis with the Lakers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just cool Minneapolis history.
The original Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, he was a great player in the 40s and 50s and all that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just like that he wore glasses.
Yeah.
And he got a good hook shot, it looked like, from the old black and white highlights I've seen. So
my dad loved him.
Did you see him play?
I don't know, but I always talks about how George Mikan did things the right way because that's such a dad thing to talk about.
I hate that.
Oh, yeah. Well, a dad's list of favorite players is like George Mikan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, just anyone who...
Tim Duncan probably would
Tim Duncan's probably the last good player they had left.
Yeah.
Although my dad does like Jimmy Butler a lot.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Butler a lot.
Jimmy Butler's awesome.
He's super funny.
He's close to being on this list for me.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll take off Mike Miller someday.
You know, people always say what player could play in any era. I always think Jimmy Butler is one of those guys.
100%.
He's just got that like mental toughness.
Well, it's because he's Michael Jordan's son.
That is true.
That's what people say.
Yeah. He's like who's like a Kent Bazemore.
he's the Thabo Cephalosha
with good marketing.
Yeah. He's Thabo Cephalosha with a coffee shop that he made in the bubble. I do like that the Heat are doing well this year because I liked that bubble team. I'm glad
that bubble team was awesome.
They were really cool. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson.
Before the bubble started, I did a bet that the finals would be the Lakers and the Heat. It was
really?
Like plus 900.
What made you think that?
I like the Heat. Like I thought like
they were built perfectly for the bubble.
Right. And they like were in Miami, so they weren't too far away from the bubble.
Yep.
That's kind of my logic. And they were playing well before everything shut down.
Yeah. And they were young players, so they weren't like missing their wives. They were just like hanging out playing video games and stuff like that.
Right.
I think that was the biggest thing.
And I think I knew Jimmy Butler would just be driven just to do well. And obviously he did.
Yeah, because when he signed with the Heat, everyone was just saying, oh, he's just going to be a first round exit now for the rest of his career.
Right. And then they almost won that Mickey Mouse ring. So
they almost did, but LeBron got the Mickey won the Mickey Mouse ring instead. Yeah. I loved, I totally forgot what I was just gonna say. It was Jimmy Butler related. No, I remember now. I love how a few off seasons ago, he cut off his internet just so he could focus on training for a whole summer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's insane.
More NBA players should do that.
I would probably agree, but also an entire off season without internet, that's rough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like you don't like. Fine. I always agree. Like I think the players should like care more a little bit and stuff like that. But at the same time, doing something that extreme, I don't think anyone else in the league does that besides Jimmy Butler.
Right. Yeah. One kind of player in the same realm is like Jaylen Brown with the Celtics.
Yeah, he's cut of the same cloth.
Right. Like he doesn't go on social media at all,
mm-hmm.
and like he's super duper smart. Like doing MIT stuff and like reads books all the time.
That's what I like. I like when players have like other interests, but it's like building businesses and stuff like that. I mean, I think it's why I'm so hard on James Harden. Like his only other interest is the Canadian ballet. But yeah, like Jaylen Brown's like going to MIT. That's why I do enjoy that Rodgers like shows that he's like a bookworm and stuff like that. Like right. I think it's cool when players show I mean, I literally I went and looked up the books that Aaron Rodgers like recommended on the Pat McAfee Show book club, and I like wrote them down. I'm like, I do want to check these out. I think stuff like that is inspiring for other fans to like, kind of like shows them like, hey, maybe don't watch every single sports game. Maybe like
Right. Maybe get off.
better yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe get off Reddit and get off Twitter. And like,
Yeah, go touch grass.
Go touch grass. Read a fucking book.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that is cool. That's actually a perfect segue to the next thing I wanted to talk about. So one guy who's probably not super into like the hard work and all that by how it looks is Zion Williamson. He's been in the news this week because JJ Redick came out and said he can admit that Zion is a detached teammate. Zion hadn't talked to CJ McCollum for 2 weeks, even though CJ McCollum's like probably a top 40 player in the league that just joined his team.
Has he played any games with the Pelicans yet?
Nope, he's going to start after the All-Star break.
Okay.
But he's been on the team now for 2 weeks, and he had not heard from Zion. Apparently he has now, but that just seemed bizarre that Zion hasn't even like reached out and talked to him. And then, yeah, JJ Redick came out and said, I was his teammate last year, and he's just a very detached teammate. He kind of just like 1 foot out the door, it seems like.
Well, he doesn't want to be on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, do you think players owe a team a fair shot if they get drafted to somewhere they don't want to go? Especially if they are of like Zion's stature where they're like once in a generation, because it seems like he hasn't even given the Pelicans really a chance. And maybe he has, maybe there's stuff going on behind the scenes we don't know about, but from the moment he's been there, it's kind of seemed like he's just kind of waiting for this contract to run out so he can go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think you owe him 1 year just to prove that you are good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, if you don't like being there,
it is your career. You have one.
there?
I'm a big proponent that you have one shot at your career and you got to do it the way you want to do it. But I also think I see like an entire city that's very like committed to him. Like I was in New Orleans. He's on every single like poster there. Like there was a million Zion jerseys and he hasn't played yet this season. And I don't know. It's shitty for the fans, I think.
Yeah.
I don't care about the organization at all. Organization can kick rocks.
Right.
I think he just saw the Anthony Davis thing and just assumed he's like, all right, I'm just gotta go serve my 4 years and then I'll be out of here.
Yeah. So
And that's what it feels like. And maybe he's even gonna demand a trade before that. I mean, I don't think anyone expects him to be on the Pelicans in 3 years time. Do they?
They're at this rate, no.
I think he'll be off by the start of next season. I think he'll get traded this.
Do you think he wants to just go to a winner or a bigger market, or what do you think?
That's a good question. I would imagine New York.
Yeah.
Maybe. I kind of still feel like he was very into. I mean, we were all very excited that he was going to potentially go to the Knicks.
Yeah, because they missed out on the lottery. Yeah.
Yep. Everyone was very excited. I remember even the day after, I was listening to like all the talk shows the day after that lottery, and everyone was just like, Zion, please sit out. Like the media didn't even give the Pelicans a chance.
Right.
Everyone was like advocating for Zion to sit out another year just so he didn't go to the Pelicans. It was rough.
Yeah,
I don't know how New Orleans, like I was one of those people too. I was pissed. And now looking back at it, I'm like, damn, how did New Orleans probably feel about that? They just lost a generational superstar, and they, by the grace of the gods, they get another one.
Right.
And everyone's just saying, oh, you should sit out for another year.
I mean, if he was on the Knicks right now, I think he'd be playing.
Yes, I agree completely.
I don't think he'd be like sitting out and doing all this pitter patter.
100%.
So
it's just like, I don't know if you've ever been in a job like this. I've been in a few where you take a job just because like, oh, it's better than the current job I have, but I know it's not what I want to be doing long term. And then you just never buy in. And then in my case, 3 years pass by where I'm like, oh shit, I'm just kind of half in, half out right now. And 3 years of my life have gone by, and I never got like a promotion, never got a raise or anything. And I mean, I was applying for other jobs and stuff, but I just never got anywhere. I'm just like, I'm in the exact same place I was 3 years ago just because I haven't bought all the way in or all the way out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And like he could just go balls to the wall and try to build a team in New Orleans.
He could.
But I mean, he's just not that personality, it seems like.
Yeah, and I mean, New Orleans has made a lot of moves to surround him with talent. I mean, obviously, Anthony Davis trade, they were able to recoup a lot. Mm-hmm. And then CJ McCollum's a really good compliment to Zion. So I think he's just at a point he needs to either go all in or all out. If he wants to go all out, I honestly just say at this point, just demand the trade. It'll be easier for both sides.
Right.
Because they're going to hold on to him as long as they can, obviously.
Yeah.
Organizations are going to always cling to superstars as long as they can.
And you get some good capital off of Zion.
Yeah, but it's going down and down for the team.
Right.
So like it's better off for even the team if you know you want out, just tell them now.
Right, because you're not helping us right now.
Exactly. It's just going terrible for both sides. So Zion's got to choose either all in or all out.
I agree. Yeah, we'll see where he goes.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll probably go to the Lakers with LeBron.
Dude, could you imagine?
I think that could happen.
What would they give up? Westbrook?
Probably.
That would be a dream scenario. I don't think it happens, but
maybe the Nets.
no, I think it would be the Knicks or maybe even the Grizzlies with Ja.
Oh, that's a good one.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I do think people are overreacting. All on Twitter, you just see like, oh, turns out that Ja and Zion is turning out like Greg Oden and Kevin Durant. Like, I think that's a bit of an overreaction. When Zion plays, he's really good. He averages 27 points.
Yes.
He's still very good. He's not Greg Oden yet.
No.
But I get what people are saying. Like, they're a little worried about that. And I think a lot of fans are right now.
I'd agree. Yeah, and he's got crazy good ball skills around the hoop. So,
yeah.
I mean, he just needs to lose a little weight.
Yeah,
overall.
exactly.
But
get off that gumbo.
Yeah. That food's way too good in Nolans.
It really is. It's rough. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little XFL. Jerrod, I don't know about you, but I have been gambling nonstop on both college and NBA basketball these last few days.
Same.
It's a blast. I forgot how much fun betting basketball is.
And it's every night.
It is every night. Yeah, I don't have to wait every week. And the best way to do it, obviously, is with DraftKings. Which is the official sports betting partner of this here podcast you're listening to.
Oh, yeah.
DraftKings, what I love is DraftKings has it all. You can bet, obviously, the lines, money lines, the spreads, all of that stuff. But you can also bet, they always have super fun player props, weekly props, same game parlays, all that fun stuff. And something I've personally really become infatuated with is daily fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a blast with basketball.
Yeah.
Just get Russell Westbrook on your team and you're set.
And it's way better than doing like a fantasy league throughout the entire year. You can just do a new team every night.
Same. I have my fantasy basketball team, that like league that I'm a part of. And I've been out of the season for months because just the first 3 weeks I forgot to set my lineup every single day, which is so annoying.
Right. And this is like kind of on your time, on your watch with DraftKings.
Exactly. Like some nights I don't play, some nights I can play. It's perfect. So yeah, I'm a big fan of daily fantasy. I think that's what I'm going to stick with for basketball just here on out.
Yep.
And I'm going to do it with DraftKings.
Yep. Same.
So if you guys want to get in on the best lines, if you want to play the best daily fantasy, if you just want to make money this basketball season, if you want to become an aggressive investor in basketball, then DraftKings is the best way to do it.
I agree.
So head over to DraftKings now. Get your bet on. Must be 21 years or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit. $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Gambler. So we've been talking about basketball during this episode, but some small part of me still misses football. I don't know what it is.
A small part of you, a big part of me misses football.
We've been watching in the office. We've been watching they've been putting like the 10 best games of the year on.
Yep, on NFL
and
Network.
I've been watching like every single play. It's Roger Goodell has us hooked.
Yes.
He's the crack daddy of America.
Cracked the heroin daddy.
It's absurd. It's gotten so bad that I started looking into these XFL and USFL things. I've never watched a single snap of any of them, but this year I'm probably going to have to do it.
Don't make fun of it. It's a good time. It's a good time.
So the thing I saw is that the XFL is planning to be a petri dish for football innovation and prospect development. Did you see that story?
Yep, heard about it.
Like they're partnering with the NFL. They're going to try out new rules and stuff like that, and they're just going to be a spot for players to go develop, which I think is really cool because I think there's a lot of players who fall through the cracks in college or just through any circumstances. They don't get into the NFL, and this is a good opportunity for them to showcase their abilities, and it gives the fans something to watch in spring.
Yes,
and that's perfect.
It's a win-win-win-win.
The thing is, they just need a star to join one of these leagues, like a Tebow, a Manziel, just someone for us to watch, because once that happens, I think fans are going to flock to these leagues.
Right, because like USFL just had their draft. And there's not a lot of big names.
Who was the one you said was like the biggest name?
Shea Patterson.
He played
for Michigan.
Yep.
And then maybe
he's a Jim Harbaugh brainchild.
Yes. And then Paxton Lynch, he was a first round pick.
Yeah.
And that's all I kind of know of
in
the USFL, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. I just think if they can get one name in there, I think that's going to be huge for them.
Yep.
But these got me thinking, if everyone's just going to create Dwayne Johnson can create his own football league.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I'm sorry, Mr. The. But if they can do it, if Vince McMahon can do it, why can't we do it, Jerrod? Why can't we have the Goose Football League?
The Goose Football League.
I don't know. That's the best thing I can think of. So we need to come up with our own football league and what rules we would implement in this league.
Right.
I'll go first. My first rule is you can't retire unless it's on top. If you join this league, you have to play until you win a championship. So
that's awful.
Even if that means you just like ring chase at the end and you're just like a backup on some team, I think players have to stay in until they experience winning a championship. Because here's why.
I don't like that at all.
Here's why. I don't know how you grew up, but in my house, we were not quitters in the Kennedy household. You had to finish you had to keep going until the job was done. And I think that's what these players need to do too. So Andrew Luck is a quitter, and I will not stand for that. And I think these guys need to stay through until the job is done. And the job is not complete, obviously, until they've won a championship.
So in theory, with your rule,
yes,
you'd have people play until they're 60.
But I think at the end, you just like a bandwagon, like you're like a Greg Oden, just like playing 0 minutes a game, just on whatever championship team.
Or like Juwan Howard. Wasn't Juwan Howard the same way?
He was the exact same way. Yeah. He was basically the coach for the Heat at that point.
So you have to like dress in full uniform in your 60s and just stand on the sideline.
Yes, I think that. But then you get a championship. How fulfilling does that feel? I guess maybe not if you're not playing at all.
I mean, if you don't want to play, I don't think it's that fulfilling.
Maybe not, but.
Right. It's like if you're at a bad job and your company wins a big award that they've been chasing, like it's like, I don't really care.
That's true. Okay, I'm spitballing here. You got anything?
Yes.
Okay.
30-minute halves.
Okay.
I just think it'd be kind of cool.
60 minutes of football. So the same amount of football as the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of that does eliminate breaks. There's no quarter break. I think that makes the coin toss a bigger deal in terms of like the wind. Because obviously you want the wind at your back, probably second half.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you make media timeout maybe like at the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, something like that.
You have a 15-minute warning and then a 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be kind of neat.
A 15-minute warning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would love to see how teams would adjust at the 15-minute warning.
It's kind of like a quarter break, but
pretty much.
Yeah. So I think that'd be kind of cool.
But just a built-in timeout for a team that's running the 15-minute drill.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, all right,
exactly.
we got 3 timeouts plus the 15-minute warning.
Another one I have is make the hash marks even wider than they are in college.
Okay.
So
you could have the ball like 5 yards from the sideline.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I think that'd be kind of neat because then that would open up the game big time then too.
I would love to see how play callers would adjust to like having the ball way on that side, like having obviously all your receivers to one side, just like the route patterns and stuff like that would be very interesting.
Right. And like,
because that's a whole lot of field to like the left or the right they would have to cover.
Right. And then you could like open up the playbook pretty crazy then too.
Yeah.
With like a drag route going all the way to like the pylon or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think just even open it up even more than it is in college would be cool.
I think that would be cool too. I have one that is, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I think after scoring a touchdown for extra points, if they want to go for 1, they do it from the 10. If they want to go for 2, they do it from the 20, 30, and you can go all the way down to like your own 10-yard line, basically.
And that'd be worth like 9 or 10 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool.
That's cool.
That just keeps the game going for as long as possible. Like you're never really out of a game because you could hypothetically score a 9-point play after a touchdown.
So devil's advocate, somebody goes for a 9 play. They throw it 50 yards downfield and there's pass interference. How does the rule adjust then?
Like defensive pass interference.
Yeah. Yep.
I would say they get the ball at the spot of the foul and it's still like a 9-point play.
Really?
Yeah, because no one's gonna throw it 90 yards. If you get beat on 2 Hail Marys in a row, you deserve to have.
But what if the refs are fucky?
Well, they're not in our league. The refs are gonna be perfect.
Oh, okay.
We're not gonna have any.
I thought you were gonna say we're gonna have no refs.
Yeah, exactly. You and me are gonna be the refs,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have it figured out by then.
Oh no, we're gonna have people watching a bar, and if everyone's in agreement, it's a penalty. Then it's a penalty.
Yeah, we have crowdsourcing. You can do polls on Twitch these days. We're just gonna ask the fans.
Oh, that would not work.
That would take forever.
And you get like the homers or like whoever's the bigger fan base.
Yeah, whoever has the biggest Reddit fan base.
Yeah. I don't think that would work.
No, not at all.
Nope.
There's some ways we can incorporate the fans in football, but I don't think voting on penalties is it.
I think fans make football worse. So
I would agree with that actually.
So I leave them out of like all the decision making.
Yeah, just cheer.
Yeah, just cheer.
Yeah.
Shut up and sip your beer.
Pretty much.
What else I had one, I just forgot it.
Another one I have is, like we were talking earlier about day drinking games. The biggest one in like Pong is a celeb shot. I think you get one celeb play per game, like every player does. So you get to bring in one like a celebrity or just anyone for one play per game to like make a play for you. So you can call like an NFL guy, or you can just call a fan in the stands. And
Wow.
if they're just if they're talking shit, like if you're a receiver and a fan is talking shit to you all game, you're like, all right, you're my one celeb play. Get in there and just get. And we're gonna run you across the middle. You're just gonna get leveled. I think that would really open things up. And then if you have a good relationship with like an NFL player, like you'd be like, oh, okay, let's get Saquon Barkley in here for this one play just to tear it up.
Yeah, then he tears his knee up or something.
Probably. Yeah. Since he's a bust. But.
Yeah, well, that's not true, but we'll see. Giants suck. He doesn't suck. My next one would probably be 6-man football.
Okay.
I see a lot of 6-man football highlights on YouTube, and there's just like so many points scored, and fans love it when points are scored. So
yep.
Plus that makes the skill positions a lot more attractive to come to the league to get some of that bigger names.
That is, yeah, I do think that is something they have to do.
And people love watching score, and I think it'd be good for TV ratings, and it's a lot of fun to watch too, 6-man football.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So that's my proposal.
I think the last one I have, unless I can think of something else, but the last one I have is we got to bring back clotheslining, where they hold hands and just deck people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I go back and forth on whether it makes sense to make the game more violence or not, because I see both sides to the arguments. But I think for our league, we're gonna make this our league's for big boys. There's no crying in the GFL unless it's me. But I'm gonna say we bring back clotheslining.
Okay, I don't hate that one. You could bring back tripping too. Just tripping, yeah. You can trip.
Tripping
people.
is such a dick move. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, like Vontaze Burfict could lay out Antonio Brown. I'm like, yeah, that sucks. But if you like were to trip Antonio Brown, I would be like, he's a villain. Get him out of the league. Throw him in jail. I don't know why that is.
He's like, what a wimp. Why did he trip him?
Pretty much, yeah. I just think back to like bullies back in the day in high school. Like, yeah, hit him, like tackle him, do whatever you want, but don't trip the guy.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why I feel that way.
I think my next one would probably be allow steroids.
Yes.
Yes.
We got to see what the human body is actually capable of. Yeah. We got to allow steroids. I allow any drug. Let them drink while they play. Let them smoke. Let them do whatever.
Right. But no celebrations, though.
No, zero celebrations whatsoever. If you so much as fist pump. Dude, that would be so funny. Get like a player good and drunk, let them score a touchdown, and just watch them restrained from celebrating whatsoever. I can't like not celebrate when I'm playing Madden, let alone if you like actually perform like a physically impressive play and like you can't even smile. Like we penalize you for anything more than just handing the ball to the ref.
Right. Yeah. Take the Larry Fitzgerald, Barry Sanders approach.
Yeah. We could. Every player also has a heart rate monitor, so even if they get excited after they score, they get penalized. We have to see who's the most zen players in our league.
Yeah, we don't want any of that hooting or hollering after the play. Just hand the ball to the ref.
Yeah, but you're allowed to trip him if you want.
Yeah, you can trip him. You can drink, you can smoke, do whatever.
Yeah, our league is very pro defense.
Right.
Sounds of it. The defense can celebrate all they want after plays. We gotta have the wide receivers get humbled a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I like that. Get tripped up a little bit.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Yeah. Let's see. I'd say mic up every player.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun.
Cool,
let them have their phones on the sidelines. I think that'd be interesting. Let them go Instagram live. Let them do whatever.
Or like have somebody like live stream on Twitch, like one of the players.
Yeah.
Be kind of cool.
Because then you could actually get the fans involved if that is something we wanted to do.
Right.
In terms of play calling.
And the opposing team can watch that Twitch and steal all their plays.
Stream snipe.
Yeah, stream snipe it. So
that'd be really funny.
So that'd be a good way to grow the sport. So I like that one.
Yeah. I think we're on to something here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Maybe the fans will watch this clip and give us some more advice, but I think we'll get the ball rolling on this. We got some investors already.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to my mom. She said Valentine's Day is past, so I'm not going to get any more money, but my birthday's coming up.
Oh, there you go.
Your birthday's coming up. We can combine our birthday money.
Yep.
How much does it cost to start a league?
Well, it depends how much you want to pay the players.
Oh, we're not going to pay them.
We're going to pay them. We're giving them alcohol, but we're not going to pay them.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
It's a $5 cover to get into the field. That would be hilarious. You have a bouncer, so you like to get in. You have to show your ID. Pay. You have to pay a cover.
You have to pay to play. Yeah, I like that. I was just thinking some way to make the fan experience better too, but I can't think of anything.
There's got to be something. Yeah. I think we're already heading this way towards the NFL, but having like betting kiosks in stadium or even just like per like every seat, I think we'll eventually get to that point. I think baseball will head to that way pretty soon. Like having kiosks on every seat or something like that.
And I think in New Jersey, like where the Giants and Jets play, like they let you in free to their betting area because they know you're spend money. Like
Yeah,
at
exactly.
Their bar and
No
betting and
brainer.
all that. Yeah, so that makes sense too.
Yeah. Obviously, we're biased towards that since we are a gambling podcast at our heart. But I'm trying to think of something else we do for fans. The fans can drink for free too.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
As long as you have a ride home.
Yes.
You have to have proof that you're getting an Uber
Right.
later on.
Or like no parking lot so nobody can drive.
Ooh, yeah. We got to make the parking experience absolute hell
Yes.
so nobody drives to the game.
Right. We'll make it like 5 miles away from the stadium.
Yeah, how can we make the fan experience just worse in sports overall? The nachos are even shittier. It's just shredded. It's cold shredded cheese. It's not even the melted cheese. It's just cold shredded cheese on top of chips.
Yeah. RC Cola.
Yeah. Is Pepsi okay? No, we don't have Pepsi either. We just have RC Cola.
Yeah. It's like Cleveland Brown Stadium.
Yeah, we gotta get the worst food mixtures possible to give them the worst stomach ache and just clog the bathrooms. We have one bathroom in the entire stadium.
Oh, that'd be chaos.
That would be absolute hell. We would have people peeing everywhere on the floor.
Let's do this. The suites are cheaper than like the nosebleeds.
Yeah, so the suites sell out right away.
Right, so it's like the lunch pail guys. They're in the suites.
Yeah, but the suites have no air conditioning at all.
Right, yeah, that might be a problem.
There's a random wind gust or something like that. Right. Makes everyone really cold.
Right. We could just say BYOB, bring your own booze.
Yeah, just have it be your own party.
Yeah, I like that.
We could have the whole stadium be a potluck style thing where everyone has to bring a dish to get in.
That'd be really fun. I like that a lot.
I think that'd be just a really fun fan experience for everyone.
Yeah, and you make friends and.
Well, that's what a day at the GFL is all about. Making friends. We have to make it as fun as possible for the fans and just shitty for the players as possible. The most fan friendly league of all time.
You're drinking on the field, like the fans are having a great time.
Yeah,
that'd just be chaos.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I should just retire, but I can't because I haven't won a championship yet.
I'm up for Medicare and I still can't retire.
My team just can't get this damn ring. Fucking Damian Lillard of the GFL is just in hell. He's playing till he just dies basically, just because he refuses to jump ship.
Oh man,
he's not running from the grind.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be coming to our league.
Probably not.
Maybe as a celebrity though.
Hope so. He gets a celeb play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it'll be a fun time. You got anything else for the people before we wrap this some bitch up? I didn't cry.
Not yet.
I'm looking for
it. It's not over yet.
It's true.
It's not over yet. I got nothing. Like the Warriors tomorrow
against the Blazers.
Or on Thursday.
Yeah.
Depends when this comes out.
Any college basketball you like this weekend?
I still haven't really looked yet. Alabama's a good bet.
Yeah.
Auburn, I think, will be coming back from their loss against Florida.
I will say, yeah, as we enter the second half of the NBA season, I'm going to say watch out for the Heat and the Bucks.
Yes.
I think both of them are going to be solid bets. The Nuggets are usually a solid bet out west.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say it. Don't sleep on those Lakers.
No.
Don't sleep on those Lakers. LeBron's about to enter zero dark 30 mode. He's about to turn off his social media like he does every playoffs, and he's about to be unstoppable.
When Anthony Davis comes back, maybe, but
couple weeks from now.
In the coming, and then in these next 2 weeks.
I feel so bad for LeBron. He went.
He's fine.
He went from playing with Steph Curry this weekend today. He's going to show up to Russell Westbrook on today.
He's got like $20 billion. He's fine.
Only one.
Oh, okay. I do feel bad for him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jordan's got more money than LeBron does.
Does he really? I guess that makes
from
sense.
like endorsements and stuff. I saw a Twitter thread about all the stuff that Jordan's invested in. He's had a lot of really good investments.
Yeah.
Like he invested in Epic Games that people made Fortnite like before they even made Fortnite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that.
He's made a ton of money. And his golf course is really nice. The one he just opened, it has drones that deliver you beer.
I don't think it's shooken up.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know if
you would assume so. I wonder what if there's even not cans? What if it's just like open tap beers that are just spilled? It's like half full once it gets to you.
Or like you're golfing and like somebody else is getting the beer delivered and the drone flies over your head and you get like spilled beer on your head.
There's nothing more I hate than having a liquid spilled on my head.
Yeah.
Like right in your backswing, just all of a sudden just like a beer sloshes onto your face.
And it like goes down your back.
Down your shirt. Yeah. I would throw a club at that drone.
And you got your shirt tucked in so it's like hanging.
Oh,
like,
it goes down your leg.
Shirt. Yeah.
It goes down your pants. Oh God. I would swing on Michael Jordan if that was the case.
That stupid ass drone.
That's yeah.
So I don't think
That's just one of those things that's like innovation for innovation's sake. It's not actually making things better for anyone.
Well, yeah, like people like talk about flying drones, like, oh, Amazon's have flying drones, blah blah blah, deliver your pizza, blah blah blah. But I feel like flying drones are like flying cars. Like I don't think that's gonna work in theory.
Yeah, it's just gonna make the sky look ugly if we just hear buzzing all. Like if you look outside and just see a bunch of drones flying around, just hear buzzing constantly.
And there's gonna be like hawks and eagles that will
Intercept them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll crash everywhere, cause a shit ton of litter.
Or it's gonna hit a power line.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be chaos.
Yeah. Do people really need their Amazon packages same day? I don't think anyone. We have something where you can go same day. It's called, I don't know, stores.
It's called the mall.
It's called the market.
The market. Yeah. It's called touching grass.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cool idea in theory, but I just think in execution, it's just gonna be shitty.
Yeah. We're not there yet. Maybe at one point we will be, but right now.
I don't even know if I want. I think we still need to have some sort of semblance of a struggle in our daily lives. We don't need to get things delivered. That's how Wall-E happens. We're literally heading towards being the people in Wall-E.
I think, yeah, we're almost probably already there.
Yeah, especially now that the Oculuses are so big.
Mm-hmm.
We're fucked.
Yep. And everyone's fat. Everyone's getting just big like on Wall-E.
I wish things went back to normal. Psych, not crying for real.
Yeah. This is the new normal, my guy.
This is the new normal. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, on that cheery note.
Yeah. I'm gonna go order some DoorDash after this.
Yeah, same. Yeah, give me in on that one too. I gotta go to Target pick up after this.
Yeah.
So embrace the future, everyone. Take the Lakers in pretty much every game for the rest of the season because I don't see the Lakers losing another game this season.
It's not gonna happen.
Exactly. They're not gonna lose. No, they're not gonna lose. Jared's on my side. Have a great weekend. Enjoy whatever sports you're watching, and be sure to tune in to the first GFL game this week. Sweet boxes are going on sale for general admission pretty soon.
$2.
Yep, and then VIP up in the top row is
Yeah.
going to be on sale after that. So
Yep. Bring some tissues for your noses.
yeah, it's going to be bleeding. All right, see ya.
See ya.